African American, Mexican, they always made for the biggest fights in history.
Terence Crawford should fight David Benavidez if they both lobbying so hard to fight Canelo Alvarez.
A lot of these good fighters fight each other, and a lot of these great fighters, they fight each other. It's too many champions.
I'm behind the scenes. So sometimes a fighter can retweet something, just to get the people out of their seats or get the people going. And Terence Crawford, hell of a fight.
He's just made his boldest declaration yet, one that could reshape his entire legacy. Speaking with rare bluntness, he laid out the reasons why pound-for-pound king Terence Crawford should pursue the one fight most believe can never happen.
So I'm going to ask you, if I say these fighter names to you, what is the first word that comes to mind?
Okay.
So the first one is Floyd Mayweather Jr.
Great fighter.
David Benavidez.
Good fighter.
The last one is Terence Crawford.
Good fighter.
The newly crowned pound-for-pound undefeated 5-division world champion, 3-division undisputed world champion, superstar boxer, who is a first ballot Hall of Famer once he retires, Terence Bud Crawford. Floyd Mayweather said in an interview with Fight Hype, Floyd Mayweather made a statement that Terence Bud Crawford should face off against the Mexican-Ecuadorian monster, David Benavidez, the 2-time WBC super middleweight and reigning WBC light heavyweight.
It all began during a candid interview where Floyd Mayweather was pressed about Crawford's next step. Coming from a man who retired undefeated and orchestrated some of the biggest events the sport has ever seen, his words carried real weight. He opened by showing respect and acknowledging.
Wait. I think when he was like, a really super skillful fighter, very talented fighter.
Showing admiration before laying down the challenge, Floyd made it clear he wasn't here to dance around the subject. With Canelo Alvarez already dealt with by Crawford, Mayweather cut straight through the noise with a simple yet brutal proposal. He pointed to David Benavidez, the feared Mexican monster, and declared if both men wanted Canelo, forget him. Fight each other. His words were sharp, unfiltered, and impossible to ignore.
And I talked about that, a while back. And I thought about this, if he wanted to go to 168 and he want to fight Canelo bad and Benavidez want to fight Canelo bad, if they can't get Canelo, they can fight each other. Benavidez and Crawford.
Whoa, wait a minute. Wow, for real?
I'm saying that both of you guys are chasing one fighter. If y'all feel like y'all chasing him and y'all can't get that fighter, then y'all should say, fuck it, we'll fight each other. I don't know. I just threw that out there because you told me about Benavidez trying to fight Canelo, and I know that, Terence Bud Crawford has been trying to fight Canelo. They both been trying to get that fight done. And it seems like both have been trying to get it done extremely bad. Now, if you can't get it done, then make you guys fight. Say fuck.
And just like that, an idea that most fans had never even considered was suddenly on the table.
Out chasing Canelo, bro. You feel me? The man don't look like he want to fight you. You feel me?
Right.
And this kid there, the business of the game, bro. Sometimes it's just.
Let me ask
right.
But this isn't just another fight. It's a clash of different divisions.
And David Benavidez, those are some fighters that...
I'm just not really praising fighters. It's just giving guys their props. Saying, this guy can fight.
To understand the sheer madness of Mayweather's suggestion, you have to look at the scales. Terence Crawford is a master craftsman who started his career at 135 lbs. He recently conquered the 168 lb division by outclassing Canelo. But David Benavidez? He's a natural super middleweight, a fighter who walks around close to 190 lbs before cutting. On paper, the size gap is absurd.
You gotta have 4 arms.
I know.
And 6 eyes to beat Floyd.
Is Floyd better than you? Keyshawn beat Tank?
Keyshawn beat everybody. Him and Shakur.
How you feel about them not fighting each other? That's cool?
Yeah, that's cool. They don't need to fight each other.
Was there anybody ever...
They can beat up everybody else.
Was there anybody ever like that in boxing with you? Because not really Sean Porter, right?
Nope. No friends.
in this business for you?
I think Tim Bradley would have been like that.
Okay.
I think me and Tim Bradley would have been like that. I wouldn't have fought Tim.
If the opportunity presented itself against Floyd, you would have, though, even though you admire him so much and he's so great. But you
Floyd, yeah, because I wasn't as close. Me and Floyd close now, but when Floyd was boxing, I wasn't as close with Floyd like I am now.
How do you beat Floyd, though? Like, since nobody's been able to crack that code.
You think I would tell you?
He ain't fighting anymore. So that fight ain't gonna happen.
You gotta have 4 arms.
I know.
And 6 eyes to beat Floyd.
Is Floyd better than you? I think you got your answer there. Nah, I didn't hear nothing. Is Floyd better than you? Some fighters say, even like Gervonta Davis.
Beat your...
Okay, that's a no.
David Benavidez, however, is a natural-born super middleweight. He's a monstrous puncher who walks around well over 180 lbs and struggles to even make the 168 lb limit. Some believe his future is at light heavyweight 175 lb. This isn't just a weight difference. There is a huge size difference too, with both of them standing at different feats. It's a weight class abyss. It's a battle between a tactical genius and a giant, raising the ultimate question in boxing. Can sublime skill truly overcome brute force and size?
Turkey, he did a great job.
He was involved in Riyadh season, and they own Ring Magazine now. So the reason why that's significant is the Ring Magazine belt is one of the only belts that kind of been, there's a bunch of different organizations that are sanctioning bodies. There's the WBO, the WBC, the IBF. There's all these different, it's very fractured, right? But Ring Magazine has always been like, Roy Jones Jr. was the Ring Magazine middleweight champ of the world, the Ring Magazine super middleweight champ of the world. Like, that's the gold standard, is Ring Magazine.
So there would be one belt.
They can do that and then overpower everything else with money and then really put the compelling...
The risk for Crawford would be immense, and Crawford acknowledges the same too.
Would you ever entertain a fight with the Mexican monster, David Benavidez? But you want Canelo. But you want Canelo.
You gotta understand, like...
But I gotta ask you, bro, because I can't, you know?
My thing is, Benavidez is a big dude. You know what I mean? Not to say I won't fight him. I fought his brother. You know what I mean? His brother was big. I fought him. But, you know what I mean? Benavidez is a big dude. Benavidez is like 6 foot something. You know what I mean? Then he gonna come in 190, 200 probably. You know what I mean? Like, you never know. Like, that's a big dude. Like, you know what I mean?
And he's skilled, man.
You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, I might as well go to heavyweight if I fight Benavidez.
A comment from a retired legend is one thing, but in modern boxing, fights aren't made in the gym. They're made by men with billion-dollar checkbooks. And just as the boxing world was debating Mayweather's idea as a wild fantasy, the game completely changed.
This is the gloves of the champ. He gave it to me, and this is important gift from him. It's mean a lot to me. We do it. I like the logo.
Yeah.
Very, very beautiful logo. The champ, the champ have a lot of surprise for his city and for the future. He want to rest now for 1 or 2 months. Then we will tell you the surprise.
Sure.
Thank you.
If it was you against Crawford?
To be honest with you, if I fought Terence Crawford, I would definitely use my size, my reach, my weight to my advantage. Crawford is a very smart fighter, but I guess thankfully I'm not fighting him.
The most powerful man in the sport, Saudi Arabia's Turki Al-Sheikh, entered the conversation. Whispers on social media and in boxing forums, fueled by one of his cryptic tweets, suggested that the new kingmaker of boxing was more than just interested. He was reportedly eyeing the matchup. Suddenly, this impossible fight had the backing of a man who can make any fantasy a reality with a single phone call. The proposal was no longer just talk. The moment this idea felt real, the boxing world didn't just discuss it, it erupted.
If you were at 168, when we think about anybody at 168 outside of Canelo, the first name that comes to anybody's mind is David Benavidez. What about the potential for a fight like that?
Oh, like I said, man, that's a big dude. You know what I mean? He ain't even at 168. You know, when you look
right not now, that 175, yeah.
He probably can't even make 168. When you look at these fights, you know, especially coming up, you gotta be realistic. You gotta, you know, say, all right, you know, how big is this dude really is? Because David Benavidez, he can fight his ass off, you know. Me personally, I believe in my skills and my ability that I can be. This is what he talking about, because he like, man, he's not a big dude. He just kept saying he's not a big dude and you can beat him. And then when I looked into it, I'm like, damn, Bill, right. You know what I mean? So then it was just like, okay, cool.
The community was violently split down the middle. On one side, you had experts like Kofi Gentua screaming, "That's not fair," arguing that asking a smaller man like Crawford to face a monster like Benavidez was a bridge too far, a reckless disregard for fighter safety.
Benavidez is too big, too strong. We don't want to see a champion do so much and accomplish so much and then end his career with a bad choice, a bad fight that he shouldn't take. I wouldn't do it.
But on the other side, the reaction was just as intense. Figures like Lonnie B were blunt, predicting absolute carnage with statements like, David Benavidez will beat the ST out of Terence Crawford. For them, size and power were truths that skill couldn't erase. The debate raged online, in barbershops, and in gyms everywhere. Was this a legendary challenge or a guaranteed execution?
But just wanted to get your thoughts on when Canelo made that comment. Just what's your thoughts?
I don't have a problem with it. I mean, he's speaking how he feels. He knows what he's doing. He's been in huge fights. He's made an enormous amount of money, several hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars. He's had a fantastic career thus far. He's fought everybody that he possibly could. And David Benavidez is just another challenge out there potentially for him. I'm excited as a fan, I would love to see the fight. But at the end of the day, Canelo's calling the shots.
Turkey hinted at that. He was like, Benavidez.
Yeah, he
Turkey,
did.
So.
Turkey just posted that this morning, wondering if Benavidez can make 168. Maybe he has plans or ideas of maybe trying to match up Benavidez and Terence Crawford.
No,
there.
man.
No, they ain't doing that fight. Maybe planning on vacating the belts.
No, we ain't gonna vacate the belts. We just gonna sit where we need to sit for a minute, and then, just like I said, get back in the gym and do.
I can easily go fight Virgil Ortiz or Fundor or whoever to, make a quick buck or make a quick little penny. But I'm looking at the bigger picture. This is a legacy fight. This is a generational fight, that will be talked about for years.
Yeah. Obviously, if Terence doesn't want to do that, or there's guys like, I know Tim Tszyu and Keith Thurman are fighting here soon, and I guess he could possibly fight the winner of that. Or do you think, I know there's still that guy, Jaron Boots Ennis, floating around. It's that younger name floating around at welterweight. I know, I think that'd be a hell of a fight. Mm-hmm. Boots Ennis, just like we always say, somebody got to give you a chance. Somebody got to give you an opportunity and a chance. So somebody got to give Boots the opportunity and a chance, whether it's Terence or somebody else. It seems like it's been difficult for Crawford to get that Spence fight done. It's been difficult for him to get the Canelo fight done. So his other option is probably Boots Ennis.
Man, great. Bud always been like that. Without a question, south. You know what I'm saying? South.
You think there's anything left for him, Coach, or is it time for Bud to move on? Or
I'm trying to figure out who he gonna fight next.
160, you can see him fight.
I wouldn't do nothing crazy. He looked at excellent. Hey, he looked at excellent.
Is there anybody most from
No, I'm trying to figure out what their team gonna do next. I want to see what's
He's
next.
talking about 160, Coach. I mean, the only thing down there is maybe like a middleweight tournament, 2 fights undisputed, something like that. But if not that, then what for Bud?
Who?
Well, they were talking about Jaron Ennis going to 160. Possibly
If he go to 160, then we got another mega fight.
You think that's a mega fight?
I don't know that yet, but I'm saying, and the boxing fans that know boxing would say that's another mega fight.
I didn't see this after. Is it true that you walked up to him and you gave him the belts back?
Yeah, for sure.
Did that happen?
Yeah.
Why did you do that? Why'd you do that?
They his belts. I want to be the one to, give them back to him.
But you mean actually they're your belts? You took it. You won.
They're my belts, but my belts is gonna come personalized. Like his belts is personalized. Them his. I took his titles. You know, the belts is, you know, going home with him. You know, the titles is coming home with me. I'm gonna get my new belts, you know, and those belts is going home with him. And I just felt like it was only right that, you know, I'll be the one to present.
I promise you,
when you in his situation,
right?
The belts don't matter. That was like Floyd Mayweather. Who gonna tell Floyd Mayweather a belt matter? They make belts for you at that point,
right?
You know, the belts don't matter. Once you get to a certain peak in your career, you outgrow the belts because you got to pay for the belts anyway. Absolutely. Like I'm gonna give you these belts. They gonna come and watch me regardless. You know, so now it comes to a point where we negotiate the percentage of the belts because we gotta pay for the belts. How can I be champion of the world and I gotta pay you to be